Now, finally, for all the brave minds out there that chose to take problem number 5 as a huge challenge, um, yes, it is a huge challenge and it's way above your level, but congratulations for trying this and let's work through this together. I haven't looked at this problem myself either, so I'm going to be working through it um, from the very start. I just need to warn you before the time, this video is going to be slightly longer, probably around 10 to 12 minutes, because we have to find a total of, it looks like, 9 angles over here. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go into the red. Let's look at what's been given. We've got parallel lines there and parallel lines there. Another set of parallel lines here and here. So because we've got parallel lines, we're going to be looking for co-interior angles, alternate angles, as well as corresponding angles. Right, we then have got, let me rub that out. We've also got a, looks like we've got a four-sided quadrilateral or a four-sided shape, a quadrilateral. We've got two little triangles over here that we can use, and we've got another triangle here. We've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's a five-sided shape. Here is a four-sided triangle, sorry. We've got another triangle there, and we've got a 90-degree um, angle, which might be very, very important for us to remember. Okay, just very important to note that, remember, an angle that looks as if it's 90 degrees is not 90 degrees unless it doesn't have the 90-degree angle showing that it is. All right, so our first one that we're going to be looking at um, is we're going to work with this 90-degree here and the parallel lines. Let's look at two parallel lines, this one here and this one here, which means that if we look at angle 3, they have to be co-interior because 90 plus 90 will give me 180. So there we already have our first angle. Angle 3 is equal to 90 degrees. All right, let me get rid of this. And I'm going to write my angles in a different color. Let's do it in red, and then I'll do my other working out. So angle 3 is 90 degrees. All right, now because that's 90, this also has to be 90 degrees. Come on, stick with me. There we go. All right, so that's 90 degrees there. Look at these two angles here, 24 and 28. Because that's 90 and that's 90, and this is a straight line, this angle has to be 90 and this angle has to be 90. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to erase this and I'm going to just put our right angle shapes in here. That will be much easier for us to do. Okay, moving on, we've got angle 3. Let's now have a very careful look at this angle here. This can help us to find angle 2. If this is 90, we know it is because it's on a straight line. There's a 90 in there. And this is 28. I'm going to open up my calculator here quickly. And 90 and 28 is 118 degrees. So I have 118 degrees. I've got 180. Come on, 180 minus 118. That will make this angle here 62 degrees. And because that's 62, and this is on a straight line, we've got supplementary angles. That angle 2 should be equal to, if I'm not mistaken, 72, 80, 18, 118 degrees. All right, so angle 2 we've now found as being 118 degrees. Let me write that down there. 118 degrees. All right. Let's go for angle 4. We know that this is a 90-degree angle. Why? Because these lines are parallel. Can you see this line here and this line here? And because that's 90, this has to be 90 co-interior, which makes that a 90-degree angle. So if I now add up the interior angles, the 1, 2, 3, 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral should equal 360 degrees. Sorry, so I've got 360 minus my 118 over there, minus the 54 over there, minus my 90-degree angle over there. And I'm left with an angle that doesn't look right. Let me just go 360 minus 118 minus 54 minus 90. Oh, it does give me a 98-degree angle. It doesn't look like it, but angle 4 has to be equal to 98 degrees. You see, it looks like an acute angle, but we know that that is 90. That is 118. It's been given to us, so therefore that has to be 98 degrees. So let me clean that up. All right, and this one here, let's write it in there. Angle 4 is 98 degrees. Okay, let's look at angle 6. That's another easy one to do because I can see I've got my two parallel lines and I've got my line intersecting those two parallel lines, and this angle and this angle 6 are corresponding angles. So angle 6 will be the same as its corresponding angle of 118 degrees. All right, get rid of that. So angle 6 is going to be 118 degrees. All right, angle 7. Aha, if we look at this, we've got our parallel lines over here, and there is our other line going through it. So in other words, angle 7 plus these two angles should give me 180 degrees because they are co-interior angles. So I've got 28 and 24, which gives me 52 degrees. So 180 degrees, which is what my co-interior angles add up to, minus my 52 should give me 28. Sorry, this doesn't look right. That doesn't look like a 24. That's 52 degrees. Yes. 28 and 28. That's 52. Those lines are parallel. Sorry, 128. So angle 7 is equal to 128 degrees. I do apologize for the time that this is taking, but remember, as I said, I haven't looked at this one either. This is the first time that I'm actually doing this problem, so it's all new to me as well. Let's write down this angle 7 as 128 degrees. Now, because that's 128, I've got two angles here that are supplementary. This angle here should equal those two there because they're also corresponding, alternate angles. If you look, there's my Z, okay, in between my two parallel lines. So angle H should equal angle 24 plus 28, which we now know, come on, is, we've said it's 52 degrees. All right, so there we've already found, let me just write that in. Angle 8 is, what did we say? 52 degrees. All right, angle 1, very, very easy, would be a 90-degree angle because it corresponds to this angle here. Remember, here's my parallel line. There's my other parallel line. Here's my line intersecting both of them, and these two angles are corresponding. They're on the same side of the two parallel lines. So angle 1 will equal 90 degrees as well. This. Okay, so we've put a 90-degree angle in there. We know it's 90 degrees. So we have found angle 1, 2, 1 is done, 2 is done, 3 is done, 4 is done. We need to find angle 5. 6 is done, 7 is done, 8 is done, and 9, we still need to find those two angles. So we need to find this one, and we need to find angle 5. All right, looking at angle 5, we can see it's within a triangle here. All right, we know that that is 90 because this is 90. We know angle 6 is 118 degrees because these two are supplementary. This angle on the inside here, this angle is going to be 180 minus 118, which is, if I'm not mistaken, let me just quickly work that out. 180 minus 118, that gives us a 62-degree angle. All right, so angle, let's write that in blue. This angle here is 62 degrees. Now I'm going to need the 90 over here plus the 62 to find angle 5, because the three angles together will add up to 180. So 90 and 62 is 152 degrees, and I therefore need to add 28 degrees. So therefore angle 5 will equal 28 degrees. Checked. Got it off. Right, we've got one more angle to find. Just write that down. Angle 5 is, what did we say? 28 degrees. One more angle, and that's this one, angle 9 over here. Again, I've got a triangle over there. So this triangle, let's look at how we can use the triangle. Or we could use our parallel lines. I think that might just be easier. Let's just have a look. Oh, there we go. Very, very, very simple. I think I'll rather use the parallel lines to get rid of that. So let's make a nice thick blue line. I'm going to be using this over there. That's Z over there. All right, that's the Z I'm going to use. So this angle here, alternate angles, will equal that angle there. You see that angle there is going to equal my angle 9. Now, what is this angle? We know that this is 28 and that's 90. So that's already 118 degrees. How much must I add to 118 to get to 180? It will be 62 degrees. So if that, if this angle is 62 degrees, because it's alternate to angle 9, remember, there is my Z. Can you see? So this angle, then angle 9, must be equal to 62 degrees. And there we've got all 9 angles checked off. And hopefully you have got all the angles as I have got them over here. If you've got these, excellent job, well done, and congratulations again for trying this.